I told you guys there was a lot of highlights from 2025, and that's not everything. I'm committed to get the stuff that we haven't aired yet on the channel by the end of this month, so we're ready to go for the 2026 season. Here's some stats I want to share with you guys. Again, finding that positive to move forward. From our small little Corvette-only channel in 2025, 3.1 million views, and think about this, 290,000 hours of watch time. Wow, thanks for having me into your home. Now, organically, we picked up 4,600 subscribers. Now, there's some services out there you can buy subscribers and boast your numbers, but they're not real people. Again, building those relationships, that's what we do on this channel. Our goal is 100,000 subscribers. However, now remember, it's free, but however, 47% of you watching right now are not subscribed. And as you're watching this Corvette channel, I can't thank you enough. You're watching us 49.9% of the time on a television, 26.1% on your phone, 19.4% on the computer, and 9.7% on a tablet. I thought that was kind of interesting. As far as our demographics, when I talk about we're dealing with a mature audience, 95% are male, 5% are female, and here's how those numbers break out. 65 years old and older, 44.7% are on this channel. 55 to 64, 27.2%. You can see there 45 to 54, 15.9%, 35 to 44, 7.8%, and 25 to 34, 4%. Thank you everyone for taking the time to join us on this Corvette channel. Thank you again for supporting me, our dealership, our sponsors, and there's a lot more to come this year. Thank you for being a responsible Corvette owner. And what I mean by that is by having fun, making memories, but always taking time for those that are still waiting to fulfill their dream of a Corvette. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. Although Tech Tuesday doesn't have the same feel without Chuck here. We'll keep you up to date on his procedure that he's going to have later this week and keep you updated on his progress. We can't wait to get him back in the chair. Now, what you saw to start tonight's video was the end of yesterday's video that was supposed to be Sunday's Coffee with Conti, and I just struggled with putting up an hour-long video. That just really screwed my head up, but you guys were so gracious. The watch time is ridiculous. You guys enjoyed a lot of the memories that we shared, and like I said in that video, we haven't shared everything that we did do in 2025. A lot of that is still to come on the channel this month in January as we get ready to go for the 2026 Corvette season. So yeah, I struggled with a long video, and we're gonna do it again on Thursday, another hour-long video that is not necessarily a visual, more of an audio, something to cruise around in the car and listen to, sit on the back deck and just crank it up and listen to the conversation of myself, Corey, and Rob from Paragon Performance. I was on their podcast last year. It was just a great, real Corvette conversation. I hope you have an opportunity to join us this Thursday on my channel as we share that as part of our recap from 2025. And we are going to have a couple of Tech Tuesday questions for you guys, and why my car's still in the rack, a follow-up to last week's comment and question. I want to give you some Corvette news real quick, and then we're going to do the Solar Performance throttle controller and throttle body giveaway drawing. Now keep in mind, if you enter the sweepstakes that we promoted, the Dream Corvette giveaway, those two Corvettes, the cash and the lift, they're going to announce the winner next Tuesday, and we'll share that with you right here on the channel as well. Good luck to you guys. I know that a lot of you entered, and so did I. Here's some Corvette news for you guys. We had shared with you just before the end of the year the Stars in Steel collection coming out for Corvette, celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Only 250 of these are going to be made. They're going to be numbered. How is allocation going to be determined? We don't have that information yet. We don't have pricing yet. And I suspect, just like we talked about in the press release video, I think they'll do it just like they did the Carbon 65 car back in 2018. I had people that all of a sudden they realized what that car was. I was like, oh, that's the 65th anniversary of Corvette. By the time they figured it out, they were already sold out. So I think that's going to be the case, especially because we have, what, about 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months of 26 production left. So it's a short window to get these special edition cars in, available for the Stingray, the E-Ray, Z06, or ZR1, that Stars in Steel collection. Now, again, as I said, we don't have pricing, but we do now have an order code. So when I order stuff, everything has a code. Like your front grille guards are VWE. The Stars in Steel order code is USA. Now that's freaking cool. As soon as I get pricing, I'll share that with you guys right here on the channel. Now, when it comes to 2026 ordering, we'll do that constraint order update for you guys. That's going to happen in a couple of weeks. However, we did get an update yesterday from Chevy. We've talked about this item, been on constraint since the beginning of the model year, the CF8, and I never say it right. What is it? The electrochromic or chromatic moonroof. That's a $3,000 option, multi-tint. You're never going to see it because it's no longer available to order. Now, there's a few out there. So what happens as far as warranty and parts availability for those guys? Wow, that's a rarity. I'd like to have seen one just to play around with it a little bit, but I heard it was cool, and I guess it doesn't matter because we're not able to order that for you. Whether it comes back for 2027 or not, that remains to be seen, and if it does, we'll update you as soon as we know from Chevrolet. Now, here's something we haven't talked about in years. Well, I apologize. We talked about it last month, but it's been a long time since we've had a rebate on Corvette, and it's specific on 25 Stingray and E-Ray. However, that's been extended now, and it includes Z06, where last month it did not. It's a $4,000 rebate. You got to have a 2011 or newer Camaro or Corvette. Prove that you still own it. You don't have to trade it, and you get that additional rebate. And here's a piece of news. This is event news kind of kicking off the season a week from this Saturday, January 17th at the NCM Motorsports Park. It is an open autocross. That's right. Join us in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Across the street from the National Corvette Museum is the NCM Motorsports Park. A lot of people forget that's there. There's a lot of great fun things going on there. In fact, our event that we did back in October, I promise I'm going to share those highlights by the end of this month. But a week from this Saturday, the January 17th, as we mentioned, $50, open autocross, drive your car as many times as you want, all day long. Now, this is one, can I just brag for a second? I had 4 of the 5 top times last year, and that's the goal again this year. So let's go and compete and have a good time. You get a chance to join us out there. Go to the NCM Motorsports Park website. It is motorsportspark.org, and then click the events tab. Scroll down to January 17th, and there'll be links with more information to register if you wish to do so in advance. I mean, $50 to drive your car, autocrossing all day long at a controlled. It will be digitally timed. It's going to be a great time. And if you can't make it, then I'll share some highlights with you guys in a future upload right here on the channel. All right, let's get Joe on the phone from Solar Performance and draw the winner of our December holiday giveaway. Thank you again, everyone that entered. Remember, if you buy anything at all from Solar Performance, use RIC5 at checkout. I know you guys are going to love these products. I have 2 of them on my car. All right, everybody, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Almost 1,000 of you have been waiting for. We're going to draw the winner of the Solar Performance throttle controller and the throttle body. Remember, the controller will work on a C6, a C7, a C8, and the throttle body is specific for C8, Stingray, and E-Ray. I've got both of those products on my car, and I love them. On the phone with us is Joe from Solar Performance. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Now, you got to stand back a little bit. I saw that shirt you had on earlier. Are you trying to get this video taken down to another Grand Sport?
Well, you know, this one is a little bit more dated, but yeah. Get in the spirit of what's going on.
Oh, that's right, man. And we got a lot of great things. You know, before we do this drawing, I actually have a question for you, kind of on the fly, so I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but in regards to my controller, everybody knows I want to get a 2027 car. Will the throttle controller work on a 27, even though that's going to have a new motor in it?
It's a great question. I don't know the answer to that because it'll really depend on the pedal configuration.
Okay.
Whether GM goes to a whole new pedal setup or not.
Okay, I thought there might be something different. So we'll have to, and if not, then you guys will formulate one for the new car, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you again for your friendship and your partnership. And looks like you're a big basketball fan back there. I see some of those jerseys hanging on the wall.
Yeah. I've got some Joe Namath back there. We got Walt Frazier. Yep, old school.
Oh, that's cool, man. I love it. Well, the audience loves your product, and I am so proud to represent you guys and partner with you guys and have your stuff on my car, and you get the same stuff that I get. When people put this on, they call, I can't believe the difference. This thing thick, it's freaking awesome. I just love that enthusiasm that people get when they like, it's for real. Of course it's for real. And it's affordable. It's a great safe mod. That controller is just remarkable. I love it. So thank you again for the opportunity that you and I have shared for almost 2 years now. So it's wonderful working with you. It really is.
Yeah, same right back at you. And thanks again, Rick, for all you do for the Corvette community. I've been a big fan a long time, and it's really great, the value that you add. And to Chuck, a speedy recovery and a happy new year as well. And we thank him him and you for Tech Tuesday and all you do together.
Yeah, Tech Tuesday, sometimes this last couple of Tech Tuesdays got a little technical, and again, we share the information that we have, create a conversation, and even did a follow-up on New Year's Eve to really just dispel any questions that came up after our video. So we never misrepresent anything. We'll do the very best we can with the information that we have, and always have you guys in mind to help you to have a better ownership experience of your Corvettes, that's for sure. So thanks for that support. Chuck takes it quite serious as well, so I appreciate that. But let's get back to the drawing, man. I know we had a lot of duplication. We had almost 1,000 people. They're both going to win the throttle body and the throttle controller. This is pretty cool. And we're going to do we're going to have Siri help us. Is that right?
Yeah, we figured we're going to go to a random selection that Siri will pick actually the winner.
Okay, good. It saves me from cutting a lot of pieces of paper, and you too.
So without any further ado, the 2025 holiday winner of the solar throttle body and throttle controller is Siri. Pick a random number between 1 and 653.
95.
95 is our winner, Rick. Who do you think might be number 95?
All right, let's see who it is.
And number 95 is Ray Holquin.
95 is who again, Joe?
Ray Holquin. Congratulations to Ray Holquin, the winner of the 2025 holiday giveaway solar and Conti Corvette.
Yeah, that's awesome. Ray, thanks for watching the channel. Congratulations. I hope you have a C8 that you can put these products on, man. And remember, you guys, when you buy anything from Solar Performance, please use Rick5 at checkout. If you notice in our videos, because my intent is to connect and communicate with you guys, there's no commercials in our videos. We have sponsors that have specific stuff, specific needs that you want and need on your Corvette. So I appreciate the support of our sponsors and support of my channel. So use Rick5 at checkout. And congratulations, Ray and Joe. Thank you again, man. Nice job.
Thanks, Rick. Have a great new year.
Couple for you now on Tech Tuesday, and we are going to have a beautiful ride segment. This is more of a statement rather than a question for Tech Tuesday, but I appreciate the acknowledgement. This comes from Brooklyn Joe. He says, Ricky, great work on the year-end review video, the editing, the scene selection, the music, the sound effects. They're always just what the doctor ordered. You're a true professional, and you and Father Chuck are a great duo. Thank you so much. All the best wishes to Chuck and a speedy recovery. Great, informative, and entertaining videos this past year. Please keep up the good work. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And we've got a great compilation of his cars that he's owned for over 40 years in tonight's ride segment. As you saw at the beginning of tonight's video, I shared the end of our year-end recap video. I shared stats of the channel, and you see the mature audience that are here with us. This one comes from Dave, and I'm sure he falls into that demographic. He says, Rick, I ordered a 26 Z51 in November. It's still stuck at 3,000. You should see that sequence soon. We're anticipating they're supposed to, the third week of January, come back at Bowling Green Assembly. If that changes, we'll update you guys right away. He goes, I have a question about the oil changes on my future C8. I've always changed my own oil and service my cars new. The procedure was always to perform that first oil change and filter change at 1,000 miles. You are showing your age and old school, and I grew up the same way, man. And he wants to do it again at 5,500 miles, and he says, you know, can I do that and not have to adhere to the GM 7,500 mile service? Now, keep in mind that 7,500 mile service is really more for the DCT transmission filter, that canister filter. That's what that's all about. The oil changes, I tell folks, change it at least once a year, depending on how you drive. As you sit, Chuck talks about it before on past Tech Tuesdays, that clock continues to run, so you're going to see your percentages go down. You're like, it's going down, I'm not even doing anything, it's sitting in the garage. It's going to at least do it once a year to keep that stuff clean. That would be the minimum. But doing it at 1,000 miles, I mean, you're going to have to do it again. That's just a personal preference if you care to do so. I think our technologies are much better than what we had back in the day. But you do you, man. And like we've said before, too, and Chuck kind of coined this phrase, you can't over-service your car, but enjoy it once you get it. Thanks for watching the channel and reaching out. And here's one from Jarvis. He says, first, I'd like to say to you and Chuck, you do an amazing job on Tech Tuesdays. I've learned so much about my 23 C8 Z06. Please keep up the great work. Most importantly, I'm praying for Chuck that all goes well for a speedy recovery. Thank you. My question is about the air deflectors you showed last week on the show. Are they designed for track use only? My opinion, I've not had a chance to really use these. I mean, the car's been on the racks. The car's really been out of commission for about 2 months. I've not had a chance to use them, but my perception of that feature would be where you need that extra cooling would be for track use. His concern was for everyday driving because that's how he wants to use it. He's worried about any debris that might get up in there. Now, that hole is open, as you saw last week before we put that on there, and then now it has that little notch, that little bezel that draws air specifically in there and then shoots it up. So, yes, could you get some debris in there? I would imagine so. It depends on what the heck you drive over. You just have to be careful in that regard. Once we get going into driving season and that winter time, I'm going to do more of a test as far as a heat test for you guys and just give you guys some good feedback on that feature. I like the idea of it cooling down that engine bay, especially how I drive my car, even long trips or track sessions. And I intend to. The goal is, of course, there's always something that gets in the way, but the goal is to do more tracking with you guys. And like I said, a week from this Saturday is going to be kind of the kickoff of the 26th season, weather permitting, at the NCM Motorsports Park and Open Autocross. Join us if you want, man. Just drive your car, come out there and just screw around all day long. It'll be a great time. But in regards to this, you really present a great question. I'm going to reach out to Corey at Paragon, talk to him more. This is a new feature that a lot of us are just starting to put on our cars. The after effect and how it is going to affect the car, well, that remains to be seen. Again, they put that standard on the European cars, yet it's a little bit different design than what we showed from Paragon, but they're drawing air and all that up into the engine bay on every car that goes overseas. So I think using that mindset, you should be okay. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for sending the question. Great conversation. A couple of more for you guys on tonight's Tech Tuesday. This comes from Ed. He says, hey, Rick, thanks for all the information you and Chuck provide on Tech Tuesdays and your Coffee with Conti show. I'm thinking of replacing my 23 Z51 convertible with a new 27 Grand Sport when they come available. Question is, most Corvette owners do not drive their Corvettes on track, so why doesn't GM allow to fulfill the orders with all-season tires on all models? Well, you got to remember, when the guys are designing that car, it is purpose. They want to get the maximum performance out of it. This car does this, so it needs this tire. So that's how they're going to market it. If you buy it and choose to do something else, like my car is a Z51, but I put all-season tires on it. The great thing is they do offer an all-season tire option on a non-Z51. It's just up to you to alter that based on what you want, what you need, and how you're going to use the car. But it's nice that they do give us that flexibility, but each model is specific in everything that they do for how they promote it and how it's intended to be used. So, again, you do you, man. All right, we got one more from another Ed, and then I want to show you a couple of things on my car, and then we're going to show off your cars, your beautiful rides on tonight's Tech Tuesday. Says, Rick, hope you and your family had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year's. This really isn't a Tech Tuesday item, but I trust you and Chuck completely, and I was hoping you can resolve this discrepancy for me. I've got a 26 Corvette, and when I activate the front parking cameras, it stays on no matter how fast I go. It's always forcing me to shut it off manually by hitting the screen. I took it to the service department, who told me that is how it operates. I questioned them, stating that it's supposed to shut off automatically when you get around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Can you guys please elaborate on that? Well, here's the thing. It's actually supposed to shut off between 7 and 8 miles an hour. Remember, there's 3 ways that you can access that. When you go in reverse, and as soon as you come out of reverse and go into drive, the front parking cameras come on, or you have the camera icon that's right in front of the mode selector on 26s. That's a new toggle when you push that, and then you also have stuff on the screen. Now, that happened to me. Mine stayed on. I think I was driving 45 miles an hour, and I just kept driving and driving, and it stayed on. It's like, oh my gosh, that's why they don't want it to stay on, because it's a diversion, and you're looking at it and you're not looking at the road. So when I turned the car off and restarted it, it went away and it was just fine. So you could have, I don't think there's been one for 26, but you could have some kind of a software update issue. Maybe double check the car in that regard, but turn the car off, let the car go to sleep, and then restart it. And then going to sleep, I mean, it takes about 10, 15 minutes before you would re-enter the car, and you should be good, and double check that. So give us an update. Let us know if that fixes the problem. If not, you could have a communication glitch, and maybe something else needs to be looked at. But that is how it is supposed to shut off by itself between 7 and 8 miles an hour. If it's on between 15 miles an hour, that's too fast, and it's not supposed to do that. And one more thing I want to show you on my car. We talked about these guys last week, ACS Composite. I destroyed my rock guards because the tire that I was using for track, it was the same size rim, but it was a taller tire, and it melted. It melted my liner. It melted the rock guards. Oh my gosh. My car's filthy right now, guys. I apologize for that. But somebody had sent in a question because I've got the 1VM splitter on my car right here, and I said, get this underbody panel closeout tray. This is great, man. It helps with the aerodynamics, and on Stingrays, this pocket right here, it's open, so you get a lot of air, vibration, you get lift if you're doing performance driving, you're going over those hills. So as soon as I put this on, I thank Joe so much at ACS because it made a world of difference. So definitely get, and I think they've got this on sale right now if you go to acscomposite.com. So I've got this, and I also just got, thank you again, Joe. I'm just sorry, everything's got to match, I'm sorry. Yes, I have blue jacking pucks. You got to have those, man. Especially back here. This is crucial back here. You've got to know where you're jacking this car. Everybody wants to use this right here to jack it up. That is the tie downs when it comes from Chevrolet. On the mid-engine car, you got to go all the way back here. Do that and make sure it's in the right area. Because I'm embarrassed to show you this. Oh, it looks so bad. It's been out of commission for 2 months. I had a chance to, I drove it once in 2 months. It's just a sin. That's not gonna be the case anymore. Anyways, if you jack that up wrong, it can crack this whole area right here. This piece is actually glued to the frame of the car. You're talking about thousands upon thousands of dollars of repair and just torture. And also, the inability to get that part, I don't even know what the availability of that is. I mean, that's just going to be ridiculous. So as soon as we get her down, got a little bit more servicing to go to get her ready for the track season. I got to do brake fluid again. Brake pads are doing great again. I got those from Paragon. I've got my gyro disc rotors. Thank you so much. I got my Carbotech brake pads. I love those things. I've got the Blue Attack air filter back there. And we'll do a future Tech Tuesday for you guys because I got to take that out. Once a year, you can actually wash that, let it dry. You don't blow dry it, let it dry, and you can reuse that. It just increases that airflow. I got the throttle body on there. I got the throttle controller on there. I got the Blue Attack air filter. We're ready to go until we get to 27. Thanks again for watching tonight, guys. Thank you to Nate who finished up things on my car because Chuck is out of the office. Chuck, hope you're watching. Hope you're feeling well, sir. Keep us up to date on your, I got to show you this. Keep us up to date on your situation, sir. And the car that this thing was built like 3 weeks ago. This is the asymmetrical car that I ordered for inventory. Nate did a nice job putting on the new 3-stanchion high wing. This is a Z06, blade silver. Man, this thing is freaking hot. I love this thing. We're gonna do another feature, a lot of great pictures and video for you guys on this car, but this is for sale if you're interested. I've got some great inventory. I know some people are looking at ordering cars, lots of concerns, lots of constraints. We just don't have that data yet. It's going to be a couple of weeks before we start getting that. But be a little flexible, and I'll be a lot flexible if you're looking at something in stock. I do appreciate that. Okay, I'm done talking all these cars and talking about my car. Let's show off your cars. Thanks for watching tonight. And a quick reminder, please support the channel by subscribing. A thumbs up the video, make some comments down below. I love engaging with you guys, and so do the other viewers. But here are your beautiful rides.
I was too young, and I didn't understand that you are the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I And I didn't understand that you are the one.